of people feel like if they try to take somebody else down, that it's gonna bring them up.
All of them are profoundly pathetic, perhaps none so much as Lord Jamar.
He's just a dope rapper, but he's not a good person.
You were told exactly who I am and exactly what was going to happen. You agreed to it. You were not ambushed. You were given an opportunity, you foolishly took it, and this is what happened to you. It sounds like you didn't learn your lesson.
That's how you know I'm a real.
Y'all done start hyping my videos. I appreciate that because I was about to start a peaceful see how I can't talk? I was about to start a peaceful protest. See, everybody ain't slow. Everybody ain't slow, Jamar. Some people just make mistakes. And then you got people like you. People who stand on ignorance. I'm stupid. Alright, stop. People who stand on ignorance. Okay? Cause you ain't ignorant at all. I know you're not ignorant, but you is ignorant. As long as you keep on carrying on with this charade, we gonna keep on carrying on with this charade, Jamar. Okay? Stop playing with us. Cause one thing is, hey, why is you getting black people in this? You gonna try to get us to get behind you on a journey to prove the earth is flat? You need to stop. You need to stop. If Rizza Islam see you, so if y'all just came to see a short video, this ain't that. Cause again, I'm giving y'all ancient urban history, okay? Now, if you already got your history lesson and you don't need none of what I'm about to tell you, then you can go ahead and skip to the timestamp, and there you gonna find the most recent clip from Lord Jamar, and then you gonna see Professor Dave got on his talk. I got some of that too. I don't know Professor Dave like that. I don't know if he be striking channels or what, but I got some of that clip for y'all. Now, for everybody who don't know all of this ancient urban history lesson, we're gonna let Professor Dave catch everybody up and give the history on how everything led up to Lord Jamar even doing a debate with him. And then we're gonna run the clip of Lord Jamar right now talking trash about Godfrey and Professor Dave. After that, we're gonna let Professor Dave respond to some of the stuff that Lord Jamar had to say about him. If you like the video, please make sure you hype the video.
Recap. In November of 2024, I did a reaction video about a rapper named Lord Jamar. He's a flat earther, which is the most exquisite caliber of moron alive today, and he was spewing a bunch of bullshit he memorized from Eric Dubé on the podcast of a comedian named Godfrey. I had fun mocking him, and I posted it to my channel. Shortly after that, Godfrey's friend Dante Nero, who was in that episode, reached out to me and asked if I would confront Jamar on Godfrey's show. I agreed and posted that interaction as well. And my friends, if you haven't seen that yet, it's one of the most satisfying public humiliations ever captured on film. He came out strong with some insults before he even knew I was listening.
Man, let me fuck Professor Dave. Go ahead. Before he even get here.
And then I proceeded to disembowel him with basic facts for 20 minutes before he threatened to leave the studio if Godfrey didn't cut me out of the feed. Buoyancy, there's a buoyant force, but it has gravity in the equation. Buoyancy only exists when gravity exists.
When gravity, the secret sauce.
Here's the problem with your density bullshit. You think that things fall down because the air is less dense. The air is less dense above the object too. So why the fuck don't things fall up? Can
things do fall up, you fucking asshole.
What
Bubbles go up, you stupid fuck. How do you fucking lift your legs off the fucking ground?
So things can. Immediately after that incident and his desperate attempt to censor the episode, Jamar retaliated by teaming up with David Weiss, another flat earther who is most famous specifically for the time that I humiliated him in live debate, which can be viewed in this little gem that is coming up on 7 million views. Together, they had the most pathetic cope fest imaginable, where they took turns whining about what a stupid shill I am, so I mocked the crap out of them in this video. And then finally, in September of last year, Jamar returned to VladTV to whine about me some more, so I did another reaction video to pour some more salt on the wound. This whole back and forth has been one of the most hilarious chapters in my career as a science communicator. This pointless little turd has been thinking about me on a daily basis since that show. Despite having been in a successful hip-hop group in the 90s, he is now most famous for being that dumb fuck flat earther that Professor Dave humiliated that one time. And given what a narcissist he is, he can't stand it. To be best known as a footnote in my debunking career eats him up inside. And that is why he is still, to this day, 16 months later, crying all over the internet about what a mean poopy pants I am. Check out this pile of embarrassment. Lord Jamar says Godfrey set him up with Flat Earth debate and says Professor Dave is not a professor. That's right. This little bitch is still trying to dig himself out of this hole of shame. Still whining, still deflecting all the blame, and most importantly, still a fucking flat earther. Shocking, right? It's not a very long clip, but we can't resist rubbing this shit in his face, can we? Let's jump in and hear him whine about Godfrey first.
I feel like I saw a recent interview with Vlad, and you seem like you had some energy towards him.
I do have energy towards him.
But you still respect him. That's what I get.
Well, yeah.
What you just said was very...
Because there's certain things, you see, like I said earlier, like Cooks. He showed me to be a less than moral person. You see what I'm saying? He showed me that he's not loyal. But I still can't take away from the fact that he's super dope. See what I'm saying? That he could rap his ass off. He comes up with great hooks. You know what I mean? He's just a dope rapper. But he's not a good person. Like, you know what I mean? So I can admit that Godfrey is a funny comedian. You know what I mean? He was a great asset at VladTV. He was a great asset when he was, on my show and all that type of shit. But he really sold out as far as trying to use a friendship, like manipulate a friendship in order to think he's going to get views out of some shit or whatever the case may be.
You're talking about the Professor Dave shit?
Yes. So at the end of the day, I know what the value that Godfrey brought to Vlad TV, and I can't deny that just because I might have a problem with him. See what I'm saying? I'm not one of those type. That's how you know I'm a real. Because even if I have a problem with you, I will still tell the truth.
But didn't Dave leak that shit? Because I don't think Godfrey was gonna put that out.
Bro, yeah, he was. It was already.
Okay.
It was already. He had something in cahoots that unbeknownst to me, that he didn't tell me about prior to that. He already had an agreement with the guy. You see what I'm saying? Had I known that, first of all, I didn't want to do it in the first place, but he kept begging me for some reason. You see what I'm saying?
How many conversations were had? Was it like, yo, do it? Like,
I could show you multiple texts like, yo, are you gonna come through? Like, yo, come on. And I don't even answer the nigga, where I'm just like, yo, bro. You know what I mean? And then finally, he hits me and it's just like if me and you were cool and I used that to get you to come somewhere, you didn't really want to do it, and I kind of used our relationship only to find out this is some sort of ambush that you tried to set up or whatever the case may be, that everybody else was prepared with materials and all this type of shit and knowing where it's going and all this type of shit. And you just kind of you know what I mean?
You feel ambushed.
Definitely.
Do you feel like you were ambushed just because Godfrey and him were working behind the scenes, or because professors are well researched and they can make arguments?
He's not a real professor, first of all.
Oh, I got to research that.
Yeah, his name. Oh, I have a clip where he says he's not a professor.
Let me see. I got to look him up.
He's not a professor.
Professor Dave.
That's just what they call him
That's like his like.
That's just his moniker on what he does is he calls himself a science
Guru.
explainer or something like that, a science interpreter, and so he takes what people what he says scientists tell him, and then he
Analogizes.
Yeah.
So he's not a university professor, does not hold a PhD. He is a science communicator.
There you go, a science communicator. That's what he calls it.
YouTuber.
Anybody can be a science communicator.
No, but I mean not to. Okay, so that I understand what you're saying. He's not a professor. Science communicators are needed though, because they relate science to, I guess, regular people. But I guess I know what you're saying. He's not a professor. Got it. Okay.
Right.
Is that what you're looking at right now?
Well, I was looking for the video of him actually saying that he's not a professor.
Okay. Maybe. I mean, it sucks because I thought the optics of y'all leaving Vlad and then like ending on some other shit that's similar. I'm like, it just, I saw that. I think you said Godfrey's not honorable or something like that in the Vlad interview. And then he came back at you, Godfrey did, and it was wild to see both of y'all, because Godfrey did, he took his shots. He said crazy shit back at you. And it looked like he was trying to keep it like nice and PG, as Drake would say. But it ultimately ended with both of y'all just really bad-mouthing each other. And it's like, damn. It's just, I guess, in content, things can go diabolical because there's an audience. So like me and you could get into an argument off camera. And it's like, we'll make a piece of, but then there's an audience. Right. If it happens here and for whatever, you make me seem like a stupid motherfucker who don't know shit. I might, even if you apologize, I might have issues because you just made me look stupid to my audience.
Right.
And I think that's what happened. I think that's that you felt. I'm not saying you look stupid or anything like that. It's just sometimes you get ambushed. Sometimes people know how to win an argument on camera. And to be honest, flat Earth, I don't believe in flat Earth theory. I'll be honest with that. I'm saying that right now.
You don't have to.
Yeah, and I don't, exactly. You're not going to pressure me. You're not going to like talk to me outside and be like, Danny, you better believe in flat Earth theory, right? So, but you felt as if it was a content ambush. It had been months in advance or something like that. It had been planned for a while. But
I'm going to say that he wasn't the one that planned it. It was his man, Dante.
The bald dude?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
But I feel like
that's your man.
He allowed himself to be manipulated. You see him saying, by the bald dude. And ultimately,
that broke the internet though.
But at the end of the day, what did you really gain from it? Like, how much is Godfrey the number one influencer now because of that episode?
He's popular somewhat. Now, he's not. I think we're so fragmented that it's hard to be the number one anything now. But you still have an audience that makes a lot of money. I think that's what he has.
See, what I'm saying is, I feel like a lot of people feel like if they try to take somebody else down, that it's going to bring them up. And ultimately, that's not even what happens. Like, you could try to take me down. First of all, most of us live an edited life, right? So that was one time where you were able to see me flawed. You were able to see me not cool, calm, and collected like I usually am. You were able to see me off kilter, off my game, right?
He asked if you would do it, and you said yes, and then your dumbass showed up completely unprepared. If you were smarter, you would have Googled me and seen me humiliate other flat earthers, and then either prepared a little bit or refused to do it. But narcissistic toddlers like you think you're invincible. It wasn't planned months in advance, nor would that absolve you of your infantile behavior. You ran your mouth, then Dante, who apparently shall no longer be named by you, knew you were full of shit but couldn't debunk you in real time. He asked if I would come on. I said yes, and it happened. That's it. This is like when some little bitch on the schoolyard talks real tough, publicly agrees to fight a bigger kid after school by the flagpole, and then when he gets his ass beaten to a pulp with all his classmates watching, he just whines about how he got sucker punched. You're fucking 57 years old, dude. Get your life together. What the fuck kind of materials do you need to prepare, asshole? A PowerPoint presentation? Do you think that would have saved you, bud? Do you really think I needed to prepare for a single second to dunk on you like I did? The butthurt is off the charts. I take what scientists tell me. You think that anyone who teaches science is just blindly repeating what they were told by scientists? That's what happens when you never learn an ounce of science. When I learned chemistry in college, I had to do a bunch of chemistry. That's how education works, especially in the sciences. You do the science that others have done before you in order to validate those results to yourself. And because I learned chemistry so well, I was able to then teach it at an accredited university, which is what professors do. And because I taught it so well, I was able to start this channel along with the moniker I justifiably chose since it represents the job I had just been doing, and it became massively successful. Because I help students pass their classes with my top-notch educational tutorials, which is what I did for 5 years prior to ever debunking dumb fuck flat earthers like yourself. Again, I did indeed teach at a university. You don't need a doctorate to do that. And no, Jamar, not just anyone can be a science communicator. You, for example, could not be a science communicator because you're a science illiterate asshat who pretends that science isn't real. You really can't do much of anything, in fact. That's why you've become this disappointment that you are today, wearing a hat that says hip-hop legend, despite having been totally irrelevant for 3 decades.
So, Professor Dave said that Lord Jamar is wearing a hat that say hip-hop legend, but he been irrelevant for the last 30 years. You mean to tell me Rob Bass ain't a legend? You mean to tell me MC Hammer ain't a legend? You can't be talking about who is a legend and who is not a legend in hip hop. Now you probably can say who's a professor and who can be a professor, like, you know what I mean? But you can't say who a legend, bro. You don't have enough knowledge on hip hop to be talking about who is not a legend and who got the right to be wearing a hat. They say hip hop legend, bro. You gotta stop. Look, man, stick to that white coat stuff, but you don't wear no white coat, and that ain't me being disrespectful, bro. Cause please don't get on my top, bro. Don't get on my top, bro. Don't get on my top. Oh, but we can't debate about hip hop because I don't know like all of that arithmetic type shit, but I do know something about hip hop. I know that I'm smarter than you when it comes to hip hop. And I think Lord Jamar is probably smarter than you when it comes to hip hop. Since you already done humiliated him on this science debate, why don't you challenge him to a hip hop debate? And let us see who win that, because you don't know hip hop